For those of you who wonder what I do on my Thursday night, this is Dungeons and Dragons and I'm a dungeon master. Let me show you what that involves. Here are all the books that I use. This is my dice tower, where we roll the dice. My dungeon screen, that covers everything up from the players. My box of many tricks, including my massive collection of dice, and this is only part of my collection of dice, but here's my collection of dice. The current adventure we are on is Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which is this book here, full of many different adventures that the game master can use. That's me, Dungeon Master. Then, of course, there's all the voices I have to do. From the crazy dwarfs to the lovely ladies, the crazy ones, and the ones who are just a little bit special. Yes, them too. Yeah, that's what I do.
In jail for 20 years because of your weakness.
Obeying your master is not weakness.
You knew I was the Dragon Warrior. You always knew. But when Uguay said otherwise, what did you do? What did you do? Nothing.
You were not meant to be the Dragon Warrior. That was not my fault.
Not your fault? Who filled my head with dreams? Who drove me to train until my bones cracked? Who denied me my destiny?
It was never my decision to make.
It is now.
The amount of comments I'll be getting like this only proves that none of you would survive in my games. Does everyone like the way I DM? No, of course not. My games mix realism with magic. Of course there's gonna be hiccups. But to me, these comments just read silly. Why should I reward my party for picking the worst option? Anti-gravity. Think about that. A spell that removes the effects of gravity. They decided to use that on a rock and have someone push it through a wall. Push it. Why didn't they use an explosion spell or like a pushing spell or any other spell that could have pushed it faster? Why didn't they use it on one of their party members to send them over the wall? Why didn't they use it on the gate? Then they could pick that up themselves. And then you have the audacity to follow this up with the reason why we all play D&D? Get fucked, bro. The players that play with me enjoy the consequences. They know I'm not gonna piss about and give them fake praise. When they beat my dungeons, they feel accomplished. Now stop your whining because you all failed grade 12 physics.
Engineering! Put... I am gone. Whoop. I'm dead!
Dungeon Masters, tell me, what does your party consist of? Mine is a ranger whose defining character trait is he wants to murder everyone, a barbarian with an intelligence of 17, a wizard who prefers to use bows rather than their spells, and an alcoholic, PTSD-ridden cleric.
You fed me well.
Yeah, right, I did, right? Question. When we were fighting that big Earthbreaker Groot, he called you a dark weapon. Do you have feelings and did that hurt them? Right, hold on. No, listen. Right, yep, sorry, listen. So, my question is, as much as I love opening up people to feed you, I kinda wanna know, like, what's in it for you?
Grog, are you talking to your shit?
Yeah, no, you gotta let it know who's boss.
How to deal with bards that seem to be seducing every single thing in your campaign. Make it so that the first person that they seduce becomes their lover. If they refuse to continue to keep up correspondence with this lover, the lover will become scorned and unhappy. This unhappy lover will then go on a vengeance quest. This vengeance quest will eventually lead the lover to the side of the big bad evil guy. You now have an unseducible final boss on the side of the big bad evil guy. The spurned lover will go through many stages in order to become the ultimate adversary. When the bard finally arrives to actually face this person, their usual strategy of seduction will not work. This person they have loved and hurt deeply. The charm person spell will not work because they understand their mysterious ways. And if that fails, Just give them STIs. Hey everyone, I wanted to start making videos to help people understand D&D and probably help understand my skits better. But I'm gonna do this while making fun of you. Buckle up. If you think a nat 20 means you get whatever you want, you are dead wrong, babe. The only application of a nat 20 strictly is in combat. If you roll a natural 20, you auto hit, and you get to double your damage dice. So that's how I can roll a 23 and not hit a monster, because I rolled a 19 plus 4. But with a nat 20, I can't. In skill check scenarios, it doesn't do shit. It just means you did better than a 19. And it's up to the DM to determine what that means. So to those who think rolling a nat 20 means you can teleport to space, lift up a car and throw it across the world, eat rocks, convince the king to kill himself, turn a nunnery into a brothel, survive getting torn in half, lift a building with your own 2 hands, you are wrong. Nat 20 just means you did good, kid. Did better than anyone was expecting. Hope this helps, Outlaw Gang, but bye!
What do you do when you have players that don't show up to your D&D game? And maybe like 2 people show up of the 5 that were supposed to be there? Make sure to make the game for the 2 people that show up awesome. I mean, lavish them in gold and magic items to make the other 3 players that didn't show up eat it and be jealous. Because you never want to cancel a game when there's not enough players, because the players that are dedicated and did show up will just learn not to show up because they know the other players that don't care are going to cancel and the game will get canceled. Make sure to play the game with whoever shows up, and it'll create a consistent basis. Have established rules at your table, and if people don't show up on time, kick them out of your table, with the exception of high schoolers. You gotta have leniency for high schoolers and teenagers because they're not in charge of their life, and their parents will make split-second decisions, and they just have to live with them.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
I'd like to search the burnt remains of that building, please. You mean that bar you turned into a bonfire? Yeah, sure. How's all the adamantium gear those level 20s were holding? All the weapons were magically enchanted and they're holding on to them fine. I mean, can't really hold on to them now that they're, you know, dead. Yes, they died, I get it. I misplayed. Hey, just because I'm a level 20 now doesn't mean we can't have fun. Well, how am I supposed to kill you? Hey, a DM is never supposed to try and kill their players. My rogue has nearly died 7 times. That's the thing, nearly. What? I fudge dice rolls all the time to let you live. What are you talking about? Remember when you guys battled the Ancient Guardian? Yeah, he had that massive hammer. Remember near the end of the fight when he had advantage to hit you, he rolled a 5 and a 1? Yeah, I do, when we barely escaped with our teeth. I fudged those rolls. What? He rolled 2 nat 20s. He would have outright killed you. So you let me live? Exactly, because I knew you guys were having fun. So what you're saying is, the Ancient Guardian can kill you! Wait, I don't think— Roll initiative, fuckboy! I think it's time I introduced you to the Geneva Suggestion!
Choose your character.
I've got to go. There's trouble in Chill. I forget what I called my city. Fuck.
Oh, uh-oh. Watch out, Beagle Boys. Yeah, don't let him in.
Hey, 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 hey! Yo, what the fuck, dog?
What do you mean? We're okay.
I'm never running out my boss. Never. Why? I got a wife and kids at home. Okay, time out. DM. Yeah, what's the matter? Every time we try to get information out of these guys, their motivation always seems to be they have a spouse and children. Yeah, your point? Why does every rat-faced bandit we find seem to have a happy marriage? I don't know. So you're telling me these cold-blooded bandits have no other reason to live but their children and family? Fine, I'll come up with other reasons. Cool, thank you. I'll never tell it to someone as ugly as you. What? You have the face of someone who sleeps on cheese graters. Okay, too far. Also, good golly, you smell like sweat and ass. We haven't had access to a bath in a long time in this campaign. So you're not staying at an inn. How did you get information out of me? Maybe if you'd interrogated his wife and kids, this would have gone differently.
Something that really shakes me now is how many people who play Dungeons and Dragons and are on TikTok know me now. For example, my party member who hasn't been able to make it for the past few weeks came this Sunday. It was so exciting. And one of the first things he says to me is he turns and he goes, "By the way, me and my wife love your TikToks." Tom, I was not fucking expecting that.
But you're supposed to be in jail.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be dumpster diving for ham scraps, you six-piece chicken McNobody. Get out of my seat!
Bar? Yeah, what's up? That's not your usual hat. Just thought I'd change things up. The other hat was fine. Why are you doing this? I just feel more emotionally connected to this one. Is it because it says daddy? No. You're changing the hat. No, I'm not changing the hat. This is the new me. I refuse to believe that's the new you. How can you say that? Didn't you once upon a time say specifically that you are baby? Sure, but what's stopping me from being daddy as well? So many things are stopping you. Oh really? Name one. Fucking me! No, you're not. Get back here! You can't escape truth! Don't make me recite 8th edition on you! You wouldn't. Page 408, subsection 2. Thou shalt not be daddy and baby at one. This is why we should play 7th edition. This is why you're not welcome in my house anymore. The people love me. No, the people love Fembard. Get it right. I'll change the hat, but on one condition. What? Next session I get to go down on a gibbering mouther. It goes down on you and you'll take damage. Sold. Alright, what's your game plan to break into the castle? Well, as we were walking in, we noticed that giant boulder. The boulder's gone. There's no more boulders. The boulder's been blown up. Wait, what? Why would the boulder blow up? Yeah, that seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. The wizard cast fireball on it. That wouldn't blow it up, though. It was covered in moss, and there was a fungus inside of it that crawled in, and it caught on fire and blew up. I don't think that'd make it explode, and I didn't cast fireball. Look, okay, the boulder's gone. It doesn't exist. We're done here. But it was there with our last anti-gravity plan. Don't remind me. The boulder's gone now. Just new plan, please. Tell us what happened to the boulder, or we'll make a stupider plan. Stupider's not even a word. I'm fully aware. Fine, I got rid of the boulder because I was tired of doing calculations for it. Gasp! Boulder didn't even make any sense. It had the density of a sponge. But you can still keep the boulder. You can just change it around a bit. No, I already decided. The boulder blew up, and that's final. Well, that leaves us with only one option. Charge the castle. Charge the castle. Charge the castle. Why do you hate planning? I love that rock!
Here's an idea for your D&D game. Player characters die. They just do. And some people argue that when they die, they should stay dead. And I would argue that most people who say that really just want death to matter, and have a lasting impact. So as long as we can bring someone back in a way that has a lasting impact, I think we will all be happy. If you're having such a case, might I suggest the following? Clear this with the player whose character died first, though. You never know, they might have wanted to play a different character. While the party stands over the body of their dead party member, an avatar of the god of luck walks in, flipping a coin. He shows them all the coin and says, "What do you see?" They say heads. And he says, "Well, that's not what I see." He offers them a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and at the party's behest, he will reach between universes and pull an alternate version of that player character. More in part 2, apparently.
Okay, why are you mad at me? This world makes no sense. I knew we were gonna come to this. Like, why did I get an STI after sleeping with that dragon? It makes no sense. Wait, that's what you're mad about? Yeah, how does a dragon get an STI? So out of all the things that don't make sense in this world, that was the one you chose? Yeah, I feel like I've been pretty explicit about that. Let's just go through the laundry list of things that don't make sense in this world. Oh, this should be rich. How do people get anywhere in this world? There's no roads, there's no infrastructure, but it seems people are doing trade? Like, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I guess that doesn't make sense. How are there so many monsters that live in so close proximity to each other? Why have they not killed each other in a territorial war? I guess nature should take its course. And how the fuck has no one in the party been arrested? You commit crimes left, right, center, up, down, everywhere. Well, we are very persuasive. And you're mad that I gave you an STI? I mean, when you put it like that, the city doesn't have roads, much less condoms. Go fuck yourself.